right. Alyssa, so great to see you. We had a lovely chat about Brazen. And now,
Yes.
wow, this film, I got to tell you, I was really, really struck watching this movie. It has a lot going on there. And I can't even imagine for you, first and foremost, as a mom, when you first read this script, holy mackerel, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, first of all, the script was immaculate. Our writer director Ben Epstein had been working on this for quite some time, and it is true. Like when you're a parent, you relate to material, you relate to everything differently.
For
You
sure.
know, like before I had kids, I was able to watch something where, say, a child is in jeopardy, and like I would feel for it, but I wouldn't like I can't even watch those things anymore.
Oh,
They
yeah.
make me so anxious and nervous. So, yeah, so this, I don't know, I just felt like, and it seems as though between this and Brazen, there is a theme going on to my work, which is what happens when you have secrets.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that is very much what Who Are You People is about, is how having these secrets bind you in a way that is hard to break out of. So
Yeah.
yeah, in the movie, my daughter, who is played by Emma Horvath, she runs away to find her biological father, played by Devon Sawa, and he's so great in this movie. And she uncovers this secret
Yeah.
that
Big,
I
we don't want
big
to say, yeah, we don't want to
big
say anything. And I wondered for you, did you do any research into this or did you just go off the script without giving anything away about what has happened here? But did you need to, as a person, talk to people who maybe went through something like this?
no, I mean, I have my own trauma that I was able to tap into.
Yeah.
And really, I think that the movie it's so smart because it really follows the experience of, a teenager's first inkling that her parents aren't superheroes, that
Hmm.
her parents have flaws and have a past and a history.
Right.
And I think that's part of the emotional mystery, is that it feels as though once we have children, everything that happened before children um, just disappears. And certainly for them, right? Certainly for our children, they don't. I mean, I show pictures of my kids of, me in Charmed, and they're like, oh, that's, like it doesn't even occur to them that that was like a real time in my life.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so I think that's really beautiful about the film. I think that there's a teenage self-discovery,
Mhm.
and exploration that I also think is really important. And also just like real life is,
Messy.
it's messy.
Yeah.
It's
Real life is
messy.
messy. There's no question about it. I mean,
Yes.
yes, we could talk about that forever. I got to ask you, Emma, wow, she blew me away. She's so, so good in this. She really seriously carries this whole film. She's in almost
Yep.
every scene. And
Yep.
I wanted to know from you, like, just working with her, but when you think back on your career, Alyssa, I mean, you started as a young kid in this
Yeah.
business. And here she is, she's going to be in this Lord of the Rings. I mean, her life is going to blow up. Did you ever take her aside and talk to her about that or nah?
No, but we did a lot of cuddling.
You
Like
did?
well, mother-daughter cuddling,
Yeah.
it's like when you're thrown into these situations where you have to bond with people as if, you know, she came out of my womb. Um, I would just go
Yeah.
sit next to her and I put my arms around her because I think physical comfort can convey a familiarity
Mhm.
that we wouldn't have just being thrust into, a situation of making a movie. So but yeah, I mean, I executive produced this too, so I have to
Yeah.
tell you, like, her performance, and even the takes that didn't make it into the film, are so profoundly grounded, but also very just beautiful to watch. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul, a beautiful person, and a beautiful actress. I mean, it comes from in her body, and it was a pleasure to work with her.
Oh yeah, she's just brilliant in this. And you mentioned Devin, who I just spoke to a few minutes ago, and I go, it was so bold of him to take on this role because it was a tough role. But I got to tell you, Alyssa, he came clean to say that he had a huge crush on you growing up.
I think we talked about that at
He was a
one
little
point
nervous.
during filming. I think he was like, if my 15-year-old self could see me now. But I mean, perfect example of two people who grew up in the business, who
Yeah.
are still working and still being, productive. And I think that so often
And grounded. Let me add that because
he's
that's
really,
important,
he's
right?
really,
Both
he's
of you, though.
really,
Both of you.
thank you. But
Yeah.
he's really lovely in this movie, and
Yeah.
it's not an easy part. It is not a likable part.
No.
And yet somehow he was able to find the humanity, which is the most important thing when you're taking on a role like that, is where's the humanity?
Yeah.
Where does the audience go, okay, you know what? I want to sit here and watch this person for another 90 minutes. And, he's real good. He's real good. And Yardley Smith is amazing.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
And John Ailes, who
Yeah.
plays my husband, I thought did such a great job.
His role wasn't easy either because he's not very likable. Yeah, it was tough. I had a tough time with him. I mean, I thought he did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that part kind of makes me laugh though. I mean, I know so many people who are that person who has to yell everything, even if it's a compliment, they're yelling it. And so I thought the choices that he made, borderline on comedic, which I think was helpful for that role. But yeah, I mean, we're struggling as a married couple, and that relationship is really messy for all the reasons we discussed. And I'm really proud of the film, and I think it's really special. I think it looks beautiful, and I can't say enough about Ben Epstein. He just did a really great job, and whatever, he's directing a feature film, and he's like, yeah, whatever, this is what I do. I mean, it's so natural for him to be a leader on a set. And
that's amazing. I got to wrap it up, but I really quickly want to ask you something. Now that we've seen everything that you're doing, you're coming, with these movies, you wrote a book, you're very vocal on social media and everything, and you're not afraid to say anything, which I love about you. What is the most important thing, aside from your kids, that you to you right now when you do a project or whatever? What do you want to get out there?
There's so many elements of what happens when I choose to do something. And it changes, by the way. It changes. Sometimes it's like, I only want to do, I only want to leave the house, right? Because it's time away from my children every time I work, even if I take them on location with me. But I always, right now, I really want good scripts. And I think it's because I wrote my first script recently. It's a pilot that A&E bought. And I feel this real important connection to the Bible of a script. And, I used to hear this term all the time: if it's not on the page, it's not on the stage. And the more I write, and whether it be books or scripts, the importance of a good script is it for me at this point. So that's really what I'm focused on. I will always find the humanity, but also the social commentary in a film, because I think that's really, it's vital. It's vital for me to talk about a film, to be able to have that social commentary, because I don't want to, first of all, I mean, this is going to sound horrible, but I'm not one of those actors that really enjoys listening to other actors talk about playing a role or what they had to dive into or whatever. But I am an actor that is very into talking about the social commentary of what a film could bring. And for, Brazen, it was about secrets. It was about domestic violence. It was about women who are forced to make difficult decisions to
Mhm.
raise their children. And those are the things that about a project that I enjoy speaking to.
Well, listen, keep them up. Have something else come out next week so we can continue this in 2022, right? So,
Or
well,
we
yeah,
could just have coffee.
I would love it. You need to come back. You need to come to Toronto, and we'll sit there
Oh,
and
I
we'll
love
have a
Toronto.
coffee. Yeah, we'll have you back. Listen, there's lots of
Perfect.
people who need to talk to you today. Thank you so much again for your time. You are just awesome in this movie. It really
Thank you.
is. I can't say enough about it. You're fantastic, and everybody is. So thank you for your time. I always love talking to you, Alyssa. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
darling.